my god, I'm gonna freaking hurt myself. I'm jumping off a bridge or something. I don't know. Bro, you're telling me that I recorded for 20 minutes and I didn't hit the record button on my phone. Oh my god. Oh, we gotta go again, guys. Jesus Christ. I'm not gonna do an intro. I'm tired. It's really late. Anyway, this is gonna be a Crystron Azamina Kashtira test hand video. If you guys want to find the deck profile, it'll be the first link in the description, or it will be the top right link on the top right of your screen. Click on that. It's like 3 minutes. It won't take long. Copy the deck from there, and then you could follow along. I think Crystron's really good. I think Crystron could compete against meta right now, the tier 1s. But I also kind of feel like Crystron's like a weird state right now where it's like rogue. It's in between rogue and meta contender, or like compete against meta. I feel like it's in between that at the moment. It's in a really weird spot. We got, you know, the new Revolt builder, Revolt Bolt, whatever it's called, RB cards, Revolt something, I don't know. We got that card. We got those cards. They're pretty good, but it just locks you a lot. Those cards lock you, so you can't really use anything else besides those. Obviously, you could play Mitsurugi with Horus, or you could just play pure Horus, pure Mitsurugi, pure Kashtira with more hand traps. You could play Millenniums. There's a lot of things you could play with Crystron. Yeah, we're just gonna get started with this test hand. Let's go. Cut this real quick. Draw 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this isn't bad. You could make this work. You really don't want to see Citrine hand, but I mean, we can make it work. We'll do Sofnir, pitch Thystrovern, pop, and then special pop itself. Thystrovern effect will special our. You could go with Tristaros here, but since we have Thystrovern Engrave, we could just add it to hand in normal. But mainly, we'll go Sulfador, and the reason why we go Sulfador is because we already have our Thystrovern to special that adds Tristaros to hand to normal. So if our opponent imperms this, or if our opponent ashes this, it doesn't really matter. But, you know, we'll go Sulfador effect. We can, we don't have to send, well, we can. We could send Smiger, and then we could send our, a lot you could send here. We'll send Citri, or Cluster. And then from here, we can banish our Thystrovern to search our Tristaros, and then normal the Tristaros. And then from here, we go into our Synchro effect, add back the Cluster to hand. Should probably do it like this. Add back the Cluster, Tristaros to banish for cost, target Skeletus to destroy it, special 2. Citri's in hand, which sucks, so we're gonna have to improvise, and I'll show you guys a way to do that. We can just go Turtle, and then probably just go into our Sofnir, and then obviously Skeletus, special Tristaros, and then from here link off into your Clockwork Knight, banish special Citri from hand, banish your Smiger to search our Inclusion. You could activate Inclusion, but I wouldn't search from here. Don't search. You've already searched enough. You don't want to have Crystron cards away from the deck, because you kind of want to even it out. That's the point. I think that's the problem with Crystron. If you have too much Crystron cards out of the deck, I feel like it kind of hurts the deck sometimes. You kind of want to balance it out. That's why Cluster is really good. Balances out for you. But since we didn't activate Sulfador to destroy a card of special, we can activate it from grave to target Inclusion, pop it to special, and then from here, you should be on defense. And then from here, we just go into our put these here, so if they try to anima us, we don't have to get punished. But here's fine. And then obviously our Infinity effect to take the Clockwork Knight, just so our opponent doesn't have to, you know, not have funny business with it. And then just set 1. I mean, I'm not going to count these. It's just whatever, right? But yeah, point is we have 2 follow-ups for next turn. We could either cluster, special, or stuff like that, right? But inclusion will always be a follow-up to your deck. And then we could recycle 3 of these with cluster. I mean, yeah, pretty much, and that's a combo you could go into with Crystron. I feel like with Crystron, if you have Sulfenir and any Crystron card, you could go full board. And people always say you never want to draw your Sulfenir. Sulfenir's just a brick, and that's false. I think Sulfenir is the best, in my opinion, the best Crystron card in the deck, because it helps you send your Crystron cards to the graveyard. And if you play Crystron, you know sometimes some Crystron cards, almost every Crystron card has a graveyard effect. So having it engraved is nice. And I think that's why. I think that's what one thing Sulfenir does really good with. I think it's the best cards are Sulfenir, Sulfador, Inclusion, Tristaros, and then Cluster, Citri. Though I think these are definitely the top 5 best cards, right here, and in this order. Literally in this order: Sulfenir, Sulfenir, Sulfador, Inclusion, Tristaros, Cluster. Those are the best. And by the way, never side out Cluster. If you're siding out Cluster, you are losing yourself the game. Cluster is the best card to have in your deck, even if you're going second. But yeah, basic Crystron combo. So sometimes you'll always end the board that way with Tristaros, Citri, and your Cluster and the Infinity. You know, sometimes you'll always end the board with that. And you notice, and one thing you've noticed of how I made this deck is I made it to where I'm not relying on, you know, the Azamina and Kashtira stuff to win me the game. I'm kind of relying more of the Krystrons, obviously, because it's the main deck. But you know, if we do draw the Kashtira stuff or, you know, the Azamina stuff, Cool Beans makes the end board so much better. You know, the Sylvia helps us Nibiru proof, because if you guys play Crystron, you know Crystron really does suck against Nibiru, but helps us with Nibiru proof. It makes our end board so much better. And yeah, I mean, Crystron's already good, really good deck anyways. It'll literally win you games. You don't have to play the Kashtira and Sylvia or Kashtira and Azamina stuff. You could take all those out and play more hand traps or board breakers. You'll literally still win the game. I promise you. You'll literally do really well. But yeah. Again, draw R5. Alright, so this is actually really good. Sadly, oopsies. Sadly, we can't use Wanted, but I'm telling you guys now, we will be able to use Wanted later during our combo. But yeah, first thing we can do is we can special our Fenrir. Fenrir effect is going to help us search our activate Fenrir. It's gonna help us search our Unicorn. And again, you know, this is basic Crystron stuff. From here, activate the Bellstar, send Unicorn. Go into this. The reason why we go into this is I'll tell you guys later. We're gonna activate this. This is going to search us our Sinful Spoils. Now I'm gonna put you guys on some game. Usually people will do this. It's tribute. Do not tribute. If you draw Fenrir and Diabellstar, and those are the only ways you could go into combo, never send your Diabellstar with Deception. And I'll tell you guys why. What you're gonna do from here is really easy. You're literally just, you won't believe it. You're gonna Xyz. You're literally gonna Xyz, and you're gonna go into your Phantom. Phantom effect. What you're gonna do is you're gonna discard the Black Witch. It doesn't matter what you discard, honestly. But Black Witch. Oh, what am I doing? You're gonna special 2 tokens. Here are the tokens. From here, or I guess link those off. Link them off, tokens, for your Cheer Beanie. Cheer Beanie will activate. You're gonna send your Smiger. This is really important because remember, we haven't normaled yet. So what you're gonna do here is you're gonna activate Deception from hand. You're gonna tribute the Phantom. You're gonna tribute this because you don't need that card no more. You only needed it just to send. Obviously, going to Cheer Beanie, send Smiger. Send that. You're gonna go Det. On res, activate Det. Target this to reveal, destroy, special here. Now remember, I just want to help you guys out real quick. If you have Cherubini on field, do not be lazy on where you place your cards, because, excuse me, if you know, Crystron cards, they destroy other Crystron cards to go into more combos. So never place your Crystron cards here. Always be mindful of that. So I when I go Sylvia, I always put it on the right side as far away as possible. But yeah, anyway, go from here, because if you guys are probably confused why I'm saying that, it's because the Cherubini, whatever monsters the arrows point to, they cannot be destroyed by card effects. So be aware of that. Anyway, you're gonna activate Diabell Star. You're going to search back you're gonna activate Wanted, search Diabell Star from graveyard to hand. From here, you're gonna banish, and then you're going to do Deception, bottom of the deck, and boom, draw one. Like I said, I told you guys we were gonna make this useful later, and we did. Draw one, right? Boom, we draw it in perm. Cool, whatever. From here, what I would do is I'd probably just normal, because again, if you get ashed, usually, if people are smart, they usually let a lot of this stuff go, and they just wait for the Smiger banish. So banish Smiger, search your inclusion. Here you go, from hand, and then you're gonna go from hand, activate inclusion effect to search Sulfador. And again, the reason why normal Smiger is because if they activate a hand trap like Ash, Droll, you know, Ghost Ogre, whatever, Lancia, you could just change your Staros to try to beat it, right? So anyway, Sulfador, pitch inclusion, special into this arrow. Sulfador effect is going to dump 2. So obviously we're going to dump our inclusion. So we're going to do inclusion to dump. Or not inclusion, sorry, cluster. And then we're going to do Sulfador, or Sulfnir. From here, we're going to synchro off. And this is where it matters, it does matter where you point your Crystron cards. So don't put in these arrows. I usually just put it in the middle. It's fine. Eliskelettus is going to add back our cluster. Banish your Staros from graveyard. Target Eliskelettus. Destroy it. Special 2. Remember the 2. Kind of want to make this clear. When your Tristaros banishes to special 2, it's mandatory, by the way. A lot of people don't know that. One time I was playing a mirror match against some guy. He only specialed 1. I told him that it's mandatory to special 2, and he thought I was bullshitting. And I don't blame him. The wording is a bit confusing. It's not confusing, but I feel like it's kind of hard to understand it if you don't read it properly. So I told him. I mean, I was really cool about it. He said like, "Oh, my bad, I didn't know. I'll take it back." But I just let him play. I was like, "It's all good, man. Don't worry about it. Who cares?" But anyway, yeah, we're gonna special 2. We're gonna go Citri. And then from here, we could just do another level 5. We'll just do Sulfnir. And then Eliskelettus effect. Special our Tristaros. And then from here, we're going to banish our inclusion to special our Sulfador. And then overlay. You can probably, we'll overlay it here. That'd be good. Overlay your Nova into the arrows. And the reason why I like doing this, I like putting my Nova under the arrow, just because my opponent tries to like pop this, you know, it can't be short, right? So kind of should be on defense, but kind of keep that in mind. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, you have, you know, we were able to recycle this back. I'll show you guys the follow-up. So pretty much what we have is we were able to draw one, so we have a 1 card draw advantage. You know, we have the Cherubini that protects mainly our Infinity, Omni Negate, and then we have, sadly, we had these couldn't be used, sadly, but it's okay. Sulfnir for follow-up next turn. Cluster will help us recycle these 2 cards. Our Debt will help us revive the Sylvia. And then obviously our cluster. So we have a lot of stuff, right? And this is what I'm saying. I think Crystron is a really good deck. Just so much follow-up on follow-up. And the Azamina, Sylvia, it just makes it so much better with the follow-ups. And just keeping you alive in the games. Yeah, we'll just do one more combo. We're not combo, but one more test hand, and then we'll just call it from there. Again, if you guys want me to for next video, if you guys want me to get into a really, really in-depth guide of how to combo off against certain hand traps, I'll 100% do that. I'll literally help you guys do all that, because there are some people like Krystrons, and no offense, if you guys know Yassine, I seen his spreadsheet. It got leaked one time. I took a look. It's basic. It's not worth $20 in my opinion. I think he said $20 or $100, $80, I don't know, something like that. It's not worth it. No. I feel like if you really want to get good with a deck, learn it yourself, because not only do you learn the deck, but it just makes you a good Yu-Gi-Oh player. And if you really want to be a good Yu-Gi-Oh player, just learn it yourself. And that's literally what I do with every deck. I like learning myself. It's just better. It's funner. But yeah. So we'll get to the last test hand. Damn, this video is really gonna be long. I kind of don't like. I don't like making my videos long because, well, mostly because of you guys, right? I don't like making videos long for you guys. It's just annoying. Because, I mean, there's times where, I mean, even when I'm watching a video, I'm like, dude, this guy's taking too long. Just get to the point. Or like a movie, and I don't want to be that guy. All right, we'll get to this last one. Let's go. So we draw unicorn, inclusion, debt, sadly, planet, and our draw. So debt is sadly a brick. Debt is a brick. You never want to see this card in hand. The fact we drew it kind of sucks, but I mean, it's whatever. You know, it happens, right? So which is special unicorn, unicorn effect, to search our birth. Here you go. And then we could activate planet. Planet could search our Fenrir. Search the Fenrir real quick. Here it is. Boom. Not too shabby. Activate birth. I usually, so what I like doing is I don't like going Fenrir early, and the reason why is because there's gonna be times where if you get trolled or interviewed or whatever, there's gonna be times where a Tristaros, a normal summon of a Tristaros, and if you have Solvador or Solfenir engrave, it will literally save you, and you'll literally still be able to play. So sometimes your normal will be really important later on, especially with Crystron. So just activating inclusion, excuse me, we'll search our, is that Sylvia in this here? Oh my god, I thought I saw Sylvia in my deck. I was like, what the heck? It'll help us search our Solfador. And then from here, Solfador, target inclusion, destroy special effect number 2. What you can do here is I'll probably just send the Smiger. We could banish it to search with cluster. And then we'll send our Solfenir. Actually, oops. We probably just leave Solfenir here, actually. We'll just do the basic route, which is our actually we'll just do Solfenir. And then our if I could find it, our Thysteravan. Here you go. Thysteravan, and then we'll banish the Thysteravan to search our Tristaros. And then from here, this is where you could special your Tristaros. So you just normal, or not special, normal. Go into this for your Skeletis, and you're probably wondering why the hell did I not go Fenrir? And again, you could get drolled here, so you could just, you know, even if you get drolled, just birth, revive your unicorn, and you know during your next turn, or not drolled, sorry, you can get a Beerud, so you could just go unicorn revive, or birth unicorn revive, and you know, follow up. There will be times where your board will be empty sometimes if you're playing against like Regenesis, for example, cards with big monsters, special Fenrir, literally. I promise you there will be times like that. So having Fenrir in hand sometimes is actually really, really good. But yeah, Skeletis, Ellie effect, add our Thysteravan, banish, target to pop, destroy, special 2. We'll do our Smiger, and then we can do our Citri. And then from here, Skeletis effect, special your Tristaros. Then we can go Solfenir from graveyard to pitch for cost, special, destroy the Smiger, Skeletus, inclusion to banish, special our Sofnir. And then from here, we just go into our our Nova, and then our Infinity. And then from here, you could banish your Smiger to search your trap card. The only Crystron trap you play, which is Cluster. And that's pretty much it. I mean, you have, sadly we drew that, which sucks, but it's fine. But more importantly, you have follow-up, right? I mean, you have Planet that boosts the attack, so for different attributes. So this would be what? 1, 2, 3. So this is 21, 21, 23, 25, 27, 28, 29. This would be 33,000 attack, right? And I also want to give you guys a tip. If you're going, if you still have Planet on field and you go Typhon could actually negate itself, because Planet's giving it attack from like other monsters on the field. So like kind of keep that in mind. A lot of people don't know that, but that's just a tip to give you guys. But again, Cluster could shuffle our Smiger or Inclusion, and then obviously Kashtira for follow-up next turn. And then whatever material we use for our Tristaros, if we send Sofador, boom, boom, more follow-up next turn. So this is insane, right? Crazy board. But yeah, that's going to pretty much be it for the test hands. If you guys did enjoy, please smash that like button. Let me know how you guys feel in the comments about the deck and about the test hands I did. If you guys think I did a misplay, please let me know. Or if I could have played something better, let me know. I'm always open to criticism, so it'll be really awesome. But yeah, hope you guys have a good weekend. You guys have a good day. Be safe out there. Peace.